Hi everyone, well here we are at last, the long promised Tai Chi 24 video, and I won't be explaining individual movements in great detail this time. You can refer back to the Tai Chi 8 video which lays the groundwork. Okay, now we start. In the beginning, we are heading towards our left. I'm obviously a bit limited space-wise here, and so from time to time I will have to step back and reset, whereas in reality we would just keep heading in the same direction, but you'll work that out, that won't be a problem. So just like the Tai Chi 8 form and every other Tai Chi form, start in Wu Chi, stillness, and then find your balance on your right foot, step out with your left, and the regular name for this, the Chinese name, just means begin form. We sometimes use lifting water, which is colloquially accepted and obviously nicer, more romantic imagery than just begin form. Now, the difference here is that in the Tai Chi 8 form, the beginning, and when we do that in reverse, at the end, are not counted as movements. The first movement in Tai Chi 8 is Repulse monkey. In the Tai Chi 24, the beginning and the ending are counted as movements. And since we already know those, you're in luck. We only have to learn 22 movements. And the main difference with the Tai Chi 8 form and the 24 is that we're going to be moving in this. And the principle when we did the Tai Chi 8, we learned about empty stepping, which is to say, if we walk normally, we tend to land with our weight on the front foot. Here, we keep our weight on the supporting leg and step forward as gently as we can, and then bring the weight forwards. Now we know that from Tai Chi 8. The difference with the 24 is that rather, depending on the version, in Tai Chi 8 we could do alternating sides forward. And then there was the final version where we go side to side with the movements. But having taken our empty step forwards, we then rock back, turn the toes out, come forward, find the balance on this leg, and step through. Back, toes out, find your balance, step through. And the hand movements that we learned in the 8 form are on top of that footwork. So we're just travelling now. Let's give it a go, and let's see. Well, the first movement is Wild Horse Parts its mane, which we know from the Tai Chi 8 form. You hold the ball on the right side, right hand on top, and your right hand strokes down, stroking your pet, and your left hand opens up in line with the shoulder. So if we begin form, or lift water, and we hold the ball on the right side, right hand on top. Bring your weight onto the right foot and then step out to the left. Stroke your pet with your right hand, open out with the left. And the last important thing, if your feet are at 90 degrees, it's a bit awkward. So when you're comfortable, you lift the right heel, turn it outwards a bit, and then place it down so that your feet are at this angle rather than 90 degrees. And the next two steps are a bit easier because as we rock back, bring the ball to the left side, left hand on top, turn the toes out, find the balance, step through, stroke the pet with your left hand, open out with the right hand in line with the shoulder. One more time. Rock back, ball to the right, toes out, foot down, find your balance, step through, stroke down, open out. Okay, and then one more thing worth mentioning. Those of you who train with me in person know that I have an ear condition. It can affect my balance. Other people can have other conditions, weak knees or ankles or what have you, which might make stepping all the way through in one go tricky. So, what you can do is rock back, toes out, foot down, and rather than stepping all the way through, you can go halfway, just onto the ball of your foot here, and when you're stable and comfortable, go the rest of the way. And a general principle for all of the moves we do, this is a step-by-step instructional, and so we break down all of the individual parts. Rock back, toes out, ball over to the side, hand on top, foot down, step through, stroke down, open out. But what we hope to work towards, and we'll actually have a demonstration of this at the end, is everything happening all at once. So what we ultimately want is for the foot to go down, to shift our weight forward, to bring the hips to the front, and for the hands to finish all at the same time. We don't need to worry about that just now, but we do need to be aware of it. Now, I did mention resetting just because of spatial limits. So we've lifted water and Wild Horse has parted its mane 3 times. So I'm going to reset back over here. So we've done left, right, left. And next up, Wild Crane spreads its wings. So that's a half step in with the right foot. And you stay on the ball of the foot, heel of the ground, and your left hand is on top. We're going to hold the ball in front, so they just roll inwards. Left on top, right underneath. And then right heel down, left heel up. Take your hands up to the right, and then peel the left hand down and nice my stance is a bit narrow just because of the way the step works. So as we do that, we release the left foot and just an inch forward. Here we go. Half step in on the ball of the foot. Hands roll in to hold the ball. Right heel down, left heel up. Hands up to the right, and then the left hand peels down at just the right toes, just by an inch. Left toes. Okay. So, half step, ball, right down, left up to the top right, left hand peels down, just the left foot. Now, right hand across, left hand across, and here we are, and we know this from our 8th form brush knee. And that's exactly where we find ourselves. Forward, brush down, push at just the rear foot if you need to. So the footwork just the same as before. Rock back, hands over to the left. Turn the toes out, find the balance, step through, veer a half step if you need to. Cut down, push, rock back, toes out, step through, cut down, push. And something which might help as a mnemonic device is our wild horse's name is left, right, left. White crane spreads its wings, and then our brush knee hand is going to be right, left, right, and I'm going to disappear off frame. I'm not going to go all the way back this time because we're nearly done going this direction. So we brush knee, we do another half step, right heel down, and this time we step the left foot forward with the toes up, our hands out and in. Half steps on the toes of the right foot, right heel down, step forward with the left foot, toes up, strumming the lute. Okay, filming this bit a little bit later in the day so the changed lighting. We're coming back to our empty stepping, except this time we're doing it going backwards. So the principle is the same. Support your weight as you step through, but we're stepping that way. Now, having strummed the lute, we're going to put our toes down, find the balance on your right leg, step back, and as I place my left foot down, my left toes are facing that way. And I'm going to adjust my right foot by turning on the ball of the foot. And now they're both angled that way. So I find my balance step back with the right, touching down on the toes, which are pointing that way, and then just left, come up on the ball of the foot, place the heel down, and feet are in line like that. And with this footwork, the first movement from the 8 form, Repulse, monkey. So, here we go. Strumming the lute with our toes up, and we'll put the toes down, back, and when you get to shoulder height, turn over, palms up. If you're comfortable, watch this hand as it comes up. If that's tricky for you, neck issues or disorientation, don't worry. Bring it forwards. As you step back, push, lower hand, left hand goes back to the ribs, adjust the front foot so that now both feet are at this angle. We're doing this 4 times altogether. Palm up at shoulder height, back, push, adjust the front foot. Three, and preferably front foot spins on the ball of the foot. There we go. Yeah, perfect, just enough space. Okay, and into our sequence. Grasp the peacock's tail. So, we're going to hold the ball, have your weight on your right foot, and step out. Left hand up in line with the chest, right hand down. Both hands, top left corner, rock back. Left hand comes up the center, right hand goes around behind. Press the left hand forwards. Fan out, rock back, and this time we're lifting the left toes. Push down, push forwards. And now the side to side footwork that we learned in Tai Chi 8. So, back, turn the left toes in, bring the weight onto the left foot, hold the ball on the left side, left hand on top. Step out to the right, right hand up in line with the chest. Adjust the rear foot so it's not at 90 degrees. Both hands to the top right corner, roll down, right hand up the center. Left hand presses the right hand forwards, fan out, rock back, toes come up, press down, push forwards. And one thing worth mentioning there is when we are going from side to side, as we do in the Tai Chi 8, I think this is the only time it happens in the 24, is if this is tricky for you, and it can be again sore ankles or knees or what have you, before we come in, before you come back, you can lift the rear heel whichever way you're facing. In this case it's my right heel, twisted in, which especially if we're rocked back at the time, that can put pressure down there. So you have the option, if it's comfortable, of bringing that heel in first. And then we do our turn and adjust there. Hope that makes sense. Okay, so we have grasped the peacock's tail to both sides, and now we're going to do the definitive Tai Chi move, the Tai Chi stance. If you do this, everybody knows you're doing Tai Chi. So we have okay. Now back, turn in, sweep the hands down, bring the weight onto the right foot. Right hand comes up on the inside, hooks, turn the face left, step out with the left foot, weight forward, left hand pushes forwards, and as always, we don't want 90 degrees, adjust the rear heel. And this is called single whip. So, sweep down, right hand up, hooks, weight onto the right, step forward to the left, push out with the left hand, adjust the rear heel. Okay, time to return to our empty stepping again. We have done forwards with our wild horse and our brush knee. We have done backwards as we repulsed the monkey. Now that we're doing cloud hands, which we know from the 8 form, we're going to go sideways. So, same principle. Settle the weight, step out, slide the weight across, step in. Now, you don't have to be on a point. You can do a half step in so that there's a bit of space, a wider base of support. Just like that. So we had our single whip, and we're going to turn to the right. So weight onto the right foot, left foot turns in, hands sweeping to the right. So left hand palm in, right hand goes down. Going to turn towards our left. So our footwork, because in single whip we're on our train track, not a tightrope. So back, just like when we are turning all the way round, if this is uncomfortable, as you come back here, then before we come back, you can raise a heel and turn it in a bit, so that when you turn this foot in, both feet are straight. We're coming to the left, step the right foot in, left hand down, right hand up, turn to the right, weight on the right, left foot steps out, to the left, right foot in, turn to the right, weight on the right, step out with the left, in, bit, because it's single whip again, so our right hand comes up, hooks, step in, step out, push, bring the balance forward, and you can adjust the rear foot. There we go. Another half step. Right foot in, on the ball, full again, and as we do that, both of our hands open, palms down, and as we put the right heel down, left heel up, we'll roll over, palms up, and we're just going to lift our foot. We're not moving it as we do our high pat on the horse. So we were here, half step in, and when you put the heel down, roll over, palms up. This is like Repulse monkey. This hand comes forwards, this hand comes back to the ribs, and we lift our toes while we do the high pat on the horse. Okay, next up we have our 2 kicks, and if you remember your kicks from the 8 form, we turn the toes out for a wider base of support. We do a big circle as we bring the foot forward, and if it's your right foot kicking, your right hand is in front, and then you open out as you kick. And that's what we're doing here. So, this is straight ahead, 0 degrees, 90, 180 straight behind me. Our first kick is a bit to the right, and our second kick we're going to turn around at 180. It'll be a bit short of that, somewhere in there. It's not exact where you feel comfortable as you turn around. All right. So, having patted the horse, and we're going to step out at an angle, cross our hands, right hand rotates inwards. You do your circle as you step the right foot in, finishing with the hands crossed again. I'm going to run into the wall, so I'll step back a little bit, and then you open out as you kick. Now the next move are 2, the Chinese name 2 mountain peaks, strike the ears. There are other names, boxing the tiger's ears, I think. Anywho, if you happen to have your balance, and those of you who study with me know that I don't always because of my ear condition, but if you do have balance, and you can fold the leg in and then obviously can be difficult for people, so if you kick first and you can step forwards and do the punch. And we're still at that angle. So we step out, foot down. I'm not looking straight ahead, I'm kicking out to my right. And as mentioned in the 8, if balance is difficult for you, apart from not holding the leg up while you do this, you don't have to bring the leg up at all. If balance is difficult, you can just lift the heel to represent the kick, up and then so whatever we've done, whether we've kicked, whether we've kept our leg up, whether we haven't, whether we've just lifted our heel and stepped forward, that's all fine. The mountain peaks have hit the ears, and we're going to turn around basically 180. So having determined that I kicked out at this angle, we're now going to turn around, rock back, front foot turns in, transfer the weight onto this foot, and we're going to kick with the left. So rock back, open the hands, and they're going to stay in line just out of the shoulders as we pivot around. Circle as I transfer the weight onto the right. And so this again is as per the Tai Chi 8, when we're just doing that. So we know from the 8 form that if your left foot is in front, your left hand is in front. Around, I've got my balance on this foot. Open out, kick. Back, palms down, arms in line with the shoulder. Weight onto the right foot. Circle around. Kick. Now the next bit depends again on your balance and strength and coordination and all of that. And everybody's different. I'm different from day to day. At the moment I seem to be able to balance, so here's hoping it lasts. We've done our kick. And again, fold the leg in and step down. Now the difficulty can be, if I've kicked over here, I want the leg back because we're going to turn this way, and as always when we do that, we want to be roughly hip width. Train tracks, not tightrope. So if the kick is difficult for you, you can just lift the heel, lift up a tiny bit to represent the kick. But if whatever you've done, whether you've kicked or whether you haven't, if stepping back there is difficult balance-wise, strength-wise, flexibility-wise, you can first bring this foot in and then turn the right foot in, and then it's much easier to put this leg there. So, as always, do what is appropriate for you to do. Anyway, we have kicked, we bring this leg in, our hands, so a hook, and this has my palm facing out towards my right, and I have support from the wall. I can't really balance like this. That leg down, and now snake creeps down. As this hand comes down, the toes turn out, and then as we bring our weight forwards, the rear foot adjusts. So again, on the ball of the foot, and heel out, or depending on the length or the depth, this is an unusual one, you can do it the other way, lift on the heel, turn the toes in. But the movement, kick, up, up. As the hand comes down, the toes turn out, and as we transfer our weight, I'm going to move on the heel because of the width. Now that's slightly deep, and if you see the amazing Chinese performers who've been training since the day they were born, you know, they do their kick up to here, and then they sink their entire weight down to here, or they, you know, all the way down to the ground. That is not practical for everyone, of course, and there's no need to do it. We've kicked or we've lifted our heel or whatever, we can turn the foot in to make putting this foot out easier, and it does not have to be deep. That's perfect, because Tai Chi is not about stressing your knees or stretching or anything like that. So we have got here, one way or the other, whether we've kicked, whether we haven't, whether we've turned in, snake creeps down, rock back, toes out, left hand down, bring the right hand and the right leg through. Another one we know from Tai Chi 8, Golden Rooster, stands on one leg. Now, the next balance dungeon bit is we do the same on the other side. So left hand up, and if you happen to have balance, you can then step down there. As my right hand comes down, the right toes turn out. As it comes up, I'll adjust on the left heel. Back, toes out, forwards. Golden Rooster stands on one leg, which again, you can just lift the heel to represent that, if that's what you need to do today. Had to do a transition because daughter came through the door looking for food, which is fair enough. So, having got to here, our snake has crept down on both sides. Our Golden Rooster has stood on one leg on both sides. Now we're going to put our left foot down, onto the left foot, bring the right foot in, and then step it, and that's straight ahead. We're going to 45 degrees or so, and lift, block with the right hand, push with the left. Jade works the shuttle or the loom. And if you remember, when we turned around between our grasp the peacock's tail, when we turned around like this to do the other side, we're doing that again. Rock back, right toes up. Your arm stays straight in front, turn from the hips. You come around here, right foot down, that is turned in as well slightly. Ball onto the right side, right hand on top, left foot in, roll the ball over, step forward to the left, 45 degrees again, block up, push with the right hand, and you might have seen that I was adjusting my right foot. There we go. So we have kick, snake creeps down, back, toes out, golden rooster, snake creeps down, adjusting the rear foot, back, toes out, step through, golden rooster, down, left hand on top, roll the ball over as you bring the right foot in, step, block up, push, rock back over to the other side, adjust the right foot, hold the ball on the right side, roll it over as you bring the left foot in, forward with the left, block with the left hand, push. Okie dokie. Another half step with the right foot. So it comes in, and as always, it's on the ball of the foot. As we put the heel down, we're going to turn with the hips again. Right hand comes down, and as the left hand comes down, and that comes down to there. Meanwhile, the right hand is circling up here, and as this comes down, we adjust the left foot, and we needle to the seat bottom. So, if we have done our Jade Maiden, works the shuttles, and then in, we're on the ball of the foot, foot down, circle, needle to the seat bottom. Come up, cross your hands, left hand on the inside, step forward to the left, right hand blocks up, left hand pushes forward, fan through back, getting very close to the end. Again, rock back, turn in, this way, and you'll remember from changing sides with grasp the peacock's tail, if you need to, you can adjust the rear foot first, since we're going to be facing that way. We've done our needle to the seat bottom, cross the hands, fan throw back. Adjust the rear foot if you need to. Rock back, turn in, weight on this side, bring the weight over to the left. Right hand down, it's coming inside the left arm. Right hand is now a fist. Now, everything's turning that way. I turn the right foot, turn the hips. Right hand out there, left hand coming around. Balance here. And my right fist is on my right hip. Step through. Punch, I'm adjusting my right foot. Under. Back, toes up. Down. Push. Adjusting the rear foot first. Rock back. Turn in. Sweep around. Step in with the right foot. Cross the hands. And that's it. So, well done. At the end of the 8 video, which was very talky, that was explaining everything in detail. This was a bit less talky, a bit more flowy. But at the end of the 8, I said I should do a more flowy video. For this form, I'm not going to, because as we said at the start, I'm going to run out of space and have to run back here. So what I will do, because at the beginning we said, ultimately, we hope to get everything, bringing the weight forward, turning to the front, adjusting the foot and the hands, all arriving, all finishing at the same time. I can't do that in here. I will provide a link to Suzette Hoskin, because there's any number of Chinese formers who can do it ridiculously well, of course. Suzette is a Melbourne-based teacher. She's been doing Tai Chi for decades. If you can get to her classes, I can thoroughly recommend it. Anyway, I will provide a link, and maybe I can even put a box link in on the video. I don't know if I can do that, I'll try. To her performing the TaiJi 24, and you'll get a feeling for the pace, the rhythm, the flow. And if you study with me in person, I look forward to seeing this soon. Whether you do or not, I hope that this has been helpful in your study of the TaiJi 24 form. Thank you so much.